Alright boys, we're about to walk in Barney's Beanery. Got a big episode today. Before we get into it, this episode is sponsored by Prize Picks. If you guys haven't tried the Prize Picks app, it is by far the best way to fire on sports. So if you love firing on sports like I do, you gotta try this app. The difference is, instead of choosing teams like any other app, you're choosing individual players. So each player has a set projection and you either go more or less in that set projection. So if you're smart with sports and you know which players are gonna perform, you gotta try the Prize Picks app. Trust me, it's the best. We got a code for you boys. We got code NELT. So if you plug that into the app, it's gonna get you a 100% deposit bonus. You put in $100, bang, you get that $100 matched. Free $100 with that code, boys, so take advantage of it. Prize Picks is available in 70% of the United States, California, Texas, Florida. Everyone's blowing me up about it. It's just so different. I've tried so many different apps to fire on sports. I just love the way Prize Picks works. Choosing the players instead of the teams. Download the app, use code NELK. We're gonna walk in. Alright boys, so we just got to LA. We got Ice Cube pulling up. Crazy pod, absolute legend. It's crazy how we're getting like these type of legends on the pod. I don't know, it's just really cool to me. Like, we're at this spot called Barney's Beanery right now. We always like to do pods at spots that carry Happy Dad, so we're gonna shout out some other bars that carry Happy Dad. Do this every week. If you're a bar or a store that carries Happy Dad, or you're just drinking Happy Dad, anything, tag us on Happy Dad Instagram at Happy Dad, because we're reposting people all the time too, and we always give shout outs. So if you want to get reposted, tag Happy Dad on IG. We got 21 Oceanfront Restaurant in Newport, California. We got 18 Bin in downtown Las Vegas. We got Pier 13 in New Jersey. Blum at the Sporting Club in Dallas, and the Local Colony in Texas. So yeah, if you're repping Happy Dad, tag us on IG at Happy Dad. We got Ice Cube pulling up right now. Let's get into it.
What's up, Wish?
Good to meet you, bro.
Q. You back up in here?
Yeah, we got you right here.
Monday 10 a.m. podcast, bro.
Get it in early.
No, we appreciate you coming through, bro. You're fucking obviously a legend, and
No problem.
appreciate you coming through.
No problem.
What's your like day to day like? Like how busy are you even just like today?
I'm pretty busy today because I'm doing promos for the Ninja Turtles and shit. I'm playing Superfly, the villain in the new Ninja Turtles animation. So
That's
I
fucking
do
awesome.
promos and shit. For
What's
that.
it like being involved in that?
It's fun because I remember taking my sons and my daughter to see the Ninja Turtles when they did the first movie. And so, I know it's been like several movies and shit. So it's cool to kind of see the evolution of it. And like this one is directed by Seth Rogen, so
Damn.
it's next level.
Is this that's your first voiceover?
Nah, I've done a few. First one I did was damn, what's that fucking movie called? Play the Candle Maker.
Beauty and the Beast?
Nah. It was kind of a Latin flavor.
I don't know.
I didn't see that one.
The name will come to me, man.
What do you like doing better, the animated or the real films?
Both of them cool, both of them dope. Animation is a lot easier.
Yeah.
And a lot less time consuming.
Yeah.
You go in there maybe 7-8 times and you do like 3-4 hours of voiceover pretty much, so you can get it done quick.
Yeah. I feel like the animated movies are harder to get into nowadays compared to like the old ones, like Lion King, Finding Nemo. Like there's just so many
your
classics.
ass is older, that's why.
Yeah.
You got more responsibilities probably. You know what I mean? But if you was a youngster, you know what I mean, you probably be able to get into it because less things on your mind, when you're younger.
Well, Seth Rogen did this one. It's pretty funny, right?
It's funny, but I mean it's PG, so it's not like it's probably as crazy as he wanted to go. But,
Yeah.
But
What was that other movie?
It's hella entertaining. I saw it yesterday.
When does it come
I
out?
saw it Saturday. It come out a little later this summer, I think around August 4th, I think.
All right.
August 4th, yeah.
We'll attend the premiere with you if you want.
Come on with it.
Let's do it.
Come on with it, man.
What's your favorite part of like that industry to like work in? Like, what's your favorite role to play?
I like writing. You know, I like producing. Acting is fun. Directing is hard as hell. I like editing.
Really,
Like
you
cutting
edit
the
too?
movies. Well, I don't physically,
Touch the keys?
Yeah, but I do cut the flick and
Like
make
sit
sure
with an editor?
it is make sure it's moving in the right way. Make sure it's entertaining. Make sure it don't have no dead spots. Make sure it's good. Make sure we're using the best shots. Cause sometimes, the editor is not on the set, so he might not remember all the shots.
Yeah.
So you have to say, you can only use one. You shoot 1,000 different angles, but you only can use one.
And you're on set, so you can remember like, oh, this angle was like, I remember this one was fire for a certain reason.
Yeah, you remember certain things that you say that should be in the movie. And when you see the cut and it's not in the movie, you gotta be like, yo, look for this shot because it's way better than the shot you're using.
That's dope that you play like every role like that.
To me, that's the best part of it. That's the fun of it. Like, I really watch them when they come out, when they're done. Because, we spend months getting them done, getting it right. It's like a guy putting together a car or something, Put it together. He may not drive it a lot because his fun was putting it together.
And when you write, like, are you kind of just like coming up with like a concept and giving it to a script writer? Or are you like actually writing like a script yourself?
I write. Now I touch the keys on that.
Yeah.
So
what do you use? Like
write.
that Celtics app or some shit? Or
I use Final Draft.
Is Celtics for like rookies?
I don't know what Celtics is.
Oh shit,
so
okay. I'm on that. I gotta switch to Final Draft.
Final Draft to me is what I always been using. John Singleton, who discovered me, put me in my first movie, Boys in the Hood. That's what we worked out on because he's the one who got me into writing and not waiting. A lot of actors are waiters, but I'm a writer, so I'll write what I want to be in and not wait for somebody to come up with it.
We have this podcast, but then we also have like a channel that we do more like sketch funny shit.
Yeah.
So we write some shit too. What's like the best way to get like a script to stand out to like a producer or something like that?
It's to me is to try to have a personal conversation with them. If you know a producer, you want to kind of talk to them and let them know the concept that you're working on and see what kind of reaction you get. Most of the time you ain't gonna have the opportunity to do that. So I think a script just got to be like a great meal, or you got to have the right ingredients, the right enough food, enough different courses to be a feast. And so if you don't have that, if your movie don't have the right ingredients, it probably won't land. And so that's kind of what I think about before writing a script or writing a movie. Does it have enough juicy shit that I want to see in it without even writing it, just thinking about it to even start writing?
How long did it take you to write from start to end Friday?
To actually write it, it was probably 3 months because that was my first time writing. So, well, it wasn't my first time writing, but I was new at it. It took me about 3 months, and I was on tour in Europe at the same time. So, it was what I was doing in between touring. And I was writing it with DJ Pooh, who was here in the States. So a lot of conversations, a lot of back and forth. and to polish it up, it took probably another month or a month and a half to actually get it where it was good enough to attempt to make a movie.
Are you like surprised by that? Because it goes from like probably like a passion project, and now it's like one of the most iconic movies of all time.
That's what we was hoping. Like
Yeah.
I knew if I had a hood classic, which I had one when I wrote Friday, because I had Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
But I felt like, I needed to get some classics under my belt, and then my career would be long. So we was out to make that like a neighborhood classic. We didn't really care if the rest of the country got it or was into it. We was like, anybody who know this kind of living, anybody in any kind of neighborhood like this is gonna get it. And so sometimes when you focus just on your clientele, so to speak, everybody else join in.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you're trying to get everybody, you even miss your main audience.
Yeah.
So always go for your main audience and let everybody else get in where they fit in.
It's so crazy. Like, because everybody, even me who can't relate to that at all, loves that movie. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you can relate. Here's the movie.
Buying weed.
Here's why you can relate. Because here's what the movie is about. Very basic. It's the day the bully gets his ass kicked. Like, so everybody loves that day.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
Everybody loves the day the bully finally get it. So that's what that movie's about. And everybody can sit on their porch with their stupid friends and shit and clown the neighborhood, So it's basic in its structure on what it's really about, Now, it has a lot of ingredients of crazy shit going on to tell that story. So, that's why you can relate, even though you're not from that neighborhood. You can relate because you're from a neighborhood and you've done that before. Like you've sat around with your, everybody got a stupid friend, crazy friend, or maybe you the stupid, crazy friend, but everybody got one, and they trip on them and don't be shit to do, and you make up shit to do, you get into shit because of that. So it's relatable in all those aspects, the things that are happening might not be, I don't know how many people getting, a drive-by done on them for $200, but you never know.
Was there a real life Debo when you were growing up?
Yes, there's several of them.
Did you actually ever take your one fight?
No, I never fought the dude we considered Debo. He was actually, my brother had fought him. My brother's older than me. He had fought him before. And so I guess he didn't want no more of our family in that way.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't have to deal with him like most people did.
What was it like? One of my favorite movies is like 21 Jump Street in that series. What was it like working on that movie?
It was fun. It's a trip because I met Jonah Hill. We was at some kind of event where they were honoring Quentin Tarantino, and we was bored and shit. So I walked out in the lobby, and Jonah Hill's out there. He see me. He starts to rap. It was a good day. Like line
Had you
for
met
line.
him before or no?
Never met him before.
He just walks up to you and just starts rapping.
Like, yo, yeah, and then
But he was hitting all the bars, like he was doing it well.
yeah, he was dope, and so he was like, yo, man, nice to meet you. Boom, boom, boom. He said, I wrote something that you'll be perfect for. And he was like, we were redoing 21 Jump Street. I'm like, 21 Jump Street. So I remember this show.
Yeah.
Undercover cops on TV with what's her boy name? Damn. Man. I can't remember his name. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Or what, Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp. He was on the TV show. So I was like, let me see it. And so when I read it, I was like, okay, this is like some real crazy shit. So I wanted to do it. And I just was like, if I do it, I just want to be the meanest captain that's ever been around. Like, I don't want to play around. I want to be the one. When you think of mean captains, because I grew up watching them.
Yeah.
You know, from Beverly Hills Cop, you know, just all kind of TV shows. You always got the mean black captain yelling. So I'm like, as long as I could be the meanest, like I don't want to mess around.
Okay. So here's my question for you, because in the movie,
Yeah,
Jonah sleeps with your daughter.
yeah, that's the second one.
So, all right, in 22.
Yeah,
22. How do you get into character for that? Like, what scenarios do you have to play through your head to get pissed off and be that mean guy?
Easy. Just think about it for real. And you know what you want to do to Jonah Hill if that happened. So It was very easy to get into it. Like, you saw what I did to that buffet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that buffet, you know. One take. We did it in one take. So
is there stuff that you get offered? You probably do. I'm just curious, but stuff that you get offered, when do you turn stuff down?
all the time, you know, if it's stupid or if I can't see myself playing that role or the character's a sucker. You know what I mean? I don't want to play that. I'm not like that kind of actor.
Is there a role that like a challenge that would challenge yourself that you really want to do one day?
Not really. You know, I take it as it come. You know what I'm saying? So I want to do movies that people can watch over and over and over again.
Yeah.
That's my goal. It's not really to play this role or play that role, because if you only watch it once and then you don't never watch it again, what difference do it make that I played this guy? Like, the movie got to be good. When it come on, you got to check it out. You know what I'm saying? If you see it on TV, you got to stop and just watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's to me the measure of a great movie. Not how much money it make, not how many Oscars it get, but how many times can you watch it?
Yeah, that's
a good way to look at it. It's Friday.
Yeah.
And Boys in the Hood.
Yep. Over and over and over again. Never get old.
How has like the industry changed like over the last like 10 years? Like, it's kind of like there is movies in theaters and stuff like that, but has like the new model of like Netflix and Hulu and all that, has that changed like the industry in any way or no?
I think it's changed things in some ways for the better for the audience. The audience, if it wasn't Netflix and these streamers, half the stuff that y'all like, that y'all see, y'all wouldn't even get, because they wouldn't do the numbers at the box office, and so they would never get made. Like, the box office started to get greedy. You know, it's like all or nothing. So you got to either have a movie that make $1 billion or they don't even really want to talk to you. So look at all the movies you miss out on if you always just trying to get the $1 billion movie. So that's what Hollywood started to just get franchise crazy. So then you start missing those in-between movies that we end up loving more than those super big ass $1 billion movies. You know, you just start losing that. So either they want to do it super cheap or super expensive. And you miss those mid-range movies that usually are the best. Like, if you think of some of the most juicy movies that you like, they were not blockbusters.
Yeah.
You know, they were just good ass movies So they had stopped making those. So when you have Netflix and these other ones coming in, they started to make those movies because it wasn't about box office. It was about getting people to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of movies that and TV that we would never see ends up getting made because of the goal is different with the streamer than it is with the box office.
Damn.
Yeah. Once it comes about the money, it all kind of changes too, right?
Hollywood is always about the money.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's about the propaganda.
But like the passion, it seems like it's kind of
How so?
What you mean?
How so? Like, when is it about the propaganda?
Every other movie, damn near.
Yeah.
It's always about the propaganda. And some movies get made because of propaganda over profit. And some movies get made because they know they're going to make a profit.
Is there any movies you could
both
say?
both movies are just as important to Hollywood, profit and propaganda.
Is there any movies you think that are just like propaganda? You don't have to, but if you want.
There's a lot of them.
That's how they all, it seems
I
like.
mean, the movies that should be like, the title is like, the title could be Styrofoam Cup. But when you watch it, it's about the deep state taking over your life. It's like, wait a minute, why is this called Styrofoam Cup? It's called Styrofoam Cup so you don't look. But it's made really to spread a message.
Yeah, I see a lot of people complaining about that recently. Like a lot of right wing people, like they'll bring back an old movie like Little Mermaid or something, and then they'll make like Sebastian the Crab like gay or something. Which I always thought he was kind of like a fruit ball in the first movie anyway. So I think that they're just, I don't have a problem with that specifically, but you know what I mean?
Well, I mean,
he was always a little weird, Sebastian the Crab. Like you could kind of tell in the first one.
I mean, I heard Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, that the dwarves are really your mood swings when you're coming off of cocaine.
Really?
Yeah.
And you have Snow White and you have grumpy and angry and
So
sleepy.
You hit all the flavors.
All these things. That's what movies have sometimes a sinister.
Steiny's like, holy fuck.
A sinister, adults make cartoons, so you got to be careful.
A lot of those classics, I feel like, though, there's always those like deeper messages that people miss.
Always.
Even like with SpongeBob, I've heard a bunch of theories. And
SpongeBob came out too, right?
Came out where?
He came out as like gay too.
I don't know.
No, but
no, he did.
No, but what I'm saying is like there's a lot of hidden messages in that show. Apparently, that are like way dirtier and raunchier. But yeah,
I don't know how deep you want to get into it. I used to see all these like YouTube videos, like Disney has all these like really weird like sexual things and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, that's
just a whole nother level.
Yeah,
right?
But
all right, let's talk about.
Yeah, we don't want to get you in trouble.
Talk about the big three.
Big three, yeah. Big three is season 6, best season ever. Here it come, all summer long, starting June 25th. We in Chicago, but we playing New York, we playing Boston.
Is the championship in London?
Championship is in London. Playoffs is in DC. We in Memphis, Charlotte, Dallas.
I got an idea. I think we can get John Morant to the big three. What do you think?
Hell yeah, come on, man.
He's on his way there, bro.
Hey, we'll welcome him with open arms.
What do you think? Like, how does that happen 2 times?
Yeah, what's up with him?
I can't tell you what's up. It's his business. But at the end of the day, I think, sometimes it's hard to. It's just as hard to take success as it is failure. And, when you're very successful, you go from being, one of the homies to the homie. Everybody want to talk about, everybody dealing with you in a different way. So a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people really want to put the genie back in the bottle. And they want to just you know, go back to their life how it was, or be treated from their family and friends how it was. But them days are over. You
Mhm.
know, he's a star on his way to be a superstar, and he got to make the adjustment, even if it's becoming a little different with his family and friends because they're a little different with him.
Right.
Yeah.
The NBA YoungBoy album just got him too fired up, and like I think or something, right? I don't
That's
know.
what he
I
was.
mean, who knows?
It is hard.
Yeah, I can't say because I wasn't there, but it looked like he's just having too much fun.
What about with your league? Do you have like a personal relationship with a lot of the players, or do you just kind of
Yeah.
oversee?
I'm cool. I mean, a little both. I gotta, make sure I set the stage for them, and I gotta be fair to all of them, and so, I got a personal relationship with, most of the league, but I still gotta, be fair to everybody, so I can't let that cloud my judgment.
And where did the passion for you come from to start the league? Like just loving basketball, or
Sick of, sports is bullshit in the summer. It's just whack.
yeah,
Like, I don't like.
just baseball?
I mean, it's mid-season baseball is cool, but it's not like, postseason.
Yeah.
Then you have, the NBA got their summer league. That shit lasts about a game or two. Once you see the best player play, or the player that got picked number one, you realize who he playing against. Them dudes ain't gonna be in the NBA, so you just tune out after a game or two.
Yeah.
Golf, tennis, pickleball and shit. Y'all play pickleball?
No, I don't.
Okay,
you?
Fuck no. And so preseason football, so only game in town is the big three.
Yeah.
The only thing that really is hard-nosed competition, 10 weeks, so it's quick. It's not like you got to watch 82 games or 160 games. It's 10 games. And so it's the perfect time for the perfect game, for the perfect season. And so that's where we are.
Who's a player that you've been like heavily trying to pursue to get to come and you just can't get him?
Oh, you mean, well, I haven't been pursuing them to the point where I just want them to get in and they haven't got in. But, we want Isaiah Thomas. We want Dwight Howard. We want Paul Millsap. We want Lou Williams, Boogie Cousins, LaMarcus Aldridge. These are guys that just left the league, and we want them. So, come to the big three, have some fun. You still want to ball. Stop playing.
Do you got to compete with like the overseas though that are paying bags? Like, because Dwight's in like Taiwan or something, right?
Yeah, but the bag is okay for them overseas, but they want to play in front of
Taiwan will be
hometown
fucked soon anyway,
hometown crowd. You know what I'm saying? They want to play in front of everybody, and we on CBS all summer long. What they used to. Nobody's seeing them in Taiwan.
Yeah. Taiwan's gonna get invaded soon, probably too. So he'll probably jet back here.
Well, yeah. Let's not hope that happens.
No,
but at the end of the day, you never know. The world is very volatile right now.
Okay, yeah. I got another guy. If we can't get Ja, why don't we go get Dylan Brooks?
Yeah, he can come play with us. We like trash talking. See, he won't get texts.
Yeah.
The NBA they need to cut that shit out. Like teeing people up for looking at each other crazy. We big three, you can dunk on somebody, you could talk about their mama, you can, stand over them, whatever you think you want to do to elevate your game or to whatever, you could be yourself in the big three. And I think that's what people like about the league. We're not robots. We don't pay to see robots. AI is taking over. Maybe David Stern won't. I mean, not David Stern. What's this
Adam
dude?
Silver.
Yeah. Maybe his ass wants some AI basketball players, and then he can keep them quiet and tell them what to do and turn them off and turn them on when he wants to.
We need to have these guys mic'd up out there, bro, if they're really talking like that.
We on CBS though.
Yeah,
we gotta, thread the needle a little bit. We already got them, yelling all kind of fucks and shits
You could
and
put
all
those
that
clips
under
on
the
like
basket.
social media though, or some shit.
Yeah, we do.
Like
we
mic'd up clips.
Yep.
That'd be funny.
We do. It's usually the guy that's losing don't want to wear the mic.
Yeah.
What I mean? Middle of the game, he think the mic is the reason why he losing. So they
those guys are the worst.
tear the
Excuse
shit
guy.
off. Yeah. It's this mic.
It's always something, bro. They tear off their sleeve.
Yeah.
Something's not right about the jersey.
All that. Throw their headband in the crowd when they having a bad game. It's like, it's not the headband. It's that bullshit jump shot, bro.
What do you think you got to do to just grow this thing to be, like, just have your audience be bigger than it's ever been?
Well, we're getting back to the model. For the last 2 years, and even after, the year we had a COVID year, we had to shut down. And these last 2 years, we've been kind of in a bubble because we was worried about COVID. Then we was worried about monkeypox and all kind of shit. So we was in a bubble the last 2 years, and this model wasn't built for a bubble. It was built to go around the country. So getting back to the model of do it, getting the excitement that we had going in, 2018 and 2019, getting it back, that's the key for this year. It's gonna happen because, we still got the best thing to watch in the summer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you're kind of like the Dana White of like basketball, like the way you're running it, like no fucks, like kind of just doing what you think works, not being so like political and proper.
Yeah, I'm the Dana Black of it. So I think, boxing ignored the mixed martial art, UFC style. They dismissed it as,
savage.
Yeah, and nobody would ever turn on to that over boxing. And they was on the, outside looking in now at this point. UFC, I think, is a little more popular. So same thing might happen with the NBA. Right now, the playoffs is great, but the regular season is boring. And they're dismissing what we doing. You never know,
Yeah.
You never know.
Are you still watching? You still watching NBA and the Lakers right now? Their run?
Yeah, but not as intense as I used to.
Why?
Because I'm not a fan of the NBA as like I used to be.
You just think it's changed that much?
Yeah, I do.
How so?
I think it's leadership. I think they need new leadership.
At what level? Like the very
The
top?
highest level.
Like the commissioner.
Yeah, the commissioner, Mr. Burns.
What would be your first change if you were the next commissioner? Or first thing you do?
Fire Adam Silver.
No, but if you were in his position to change the league.
Well, I'm not worried about his league. I'm worried about my league. So I'm worried about the big three. He got his own problems. And, he'll deal with them accordingly or not.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like the NHL commissioner, he's like soft as fuck too. It's just like a thing. I don't know why, but
It's just weird.
They lawyers. And,
Yeah.
they're not real
they look weird as
sportsmen.
hell too.
They're not real like, I'm an entertainment guy. It's not like I'm straight from the NBA, but I'm not I'm not just a lawyer just given the job because I'm a lawyer.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I watch all the time, so I'm excited.
Appreciate it, man. June 25th, season 6.
And where's game 1 in Chicago? You said?
Chicago. Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man. Y'all should come out.
Yeah, I'm down. Wait, sorry, when
June 25th.
June 25th.
Yeah.
All right, boys, we're going to interrupt the pod for a quick sec. We just want to let you know we have a new full send drop coming this Monday, May 22nd. These ones are fucking hard. We got the Nelk Worldwide. It's a nice, sexy patch. We got them in tees, a couple different colors. Full send little chrome hit. I like this one. This one's like a little full send puff print. Classic kind of vibe. Different colors. I like that one. These ones are dope. Full send baseball vintage tee. These are sexy. Another full send one. Back hit. Sundress season. Barbed wire full send in black. This one's hard. These are just a few items, but mark the date this Monday, May 22nd at 9 p.m. Eastern time. And that's going to be with our Nelk Amish video too. So there'll be a couple surprise items in the drop as well. Big video coming this Monday and the merch drop. Love you, boys. Let's get back on the pod.
Okay, so going back to, because we were talking about Boys in the Hood, your son was he played you in Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
You orchestrated that probably, or like how big of an accomplishment, or how proud of you to see that happen?
Dream come true in a lot of ways. Once I knew we were actually going to make the movie for real, because the movie had actually, taken 4 years to really get it all the way ready. So I just went to him because he had been on tour with me. He had jumped on stage and performed, and I saw that he wasn't shy when it came to the mic and to, just being out there. So I asked him, I'm like, yo, look like we're gonna do this NWA movie. And guess what? He was like, what? I said, I want you to play me. He was like, okay. I was like, damn.
That's it?
That
Just
was
like
too
that?
easy. I said, man, you serious? He said, yeah, I'll do it. But he didn't seem like he was serious. So I said, okay, I gotta see if he really want to do it. Because it's better for him to tell me no now, or figure out that it's not gonna happen now, than to put him through the process. So I started to kind of run him through the ringer, through send him to a couple of acting coaches, one in LA. He did that, and then I sent him to New York. He did that. But I still didn't know how serious he was till he came to me and said, I'm supposed to go meet with the acting teacher today, or whatever, coach. So I'm like, oh, okay. He taking the initiative himself to do it. And so then I had to, once I got him serious, then I had to go to Gary Gray, who directed the movie. He directed Friday. He directed It Was a Good Day video for me too. So I had to tell him. And he was mad when I told him. I said, guess who I want to play me? He said, who? I was like, my son. He was like, man, Cube, what the fuck? I thought we was making a real movie. I said, man, this is a real movie. This is a real movie. What you talking about? I said, he can do it. I said, you're going to help him do it. Just like John Singleton helped me on my first movie. You're going to help him. It's going to be right. I say, he'll audition everything. If he's not the right dude, you find a better Ice Cube, we'll take the better one. So that made him feel a little better. So then I had to convince Universal, because Universal, Donna Langley at Universal, she really had the last say. She could have vetoed it. She could have said, no, let's find a trained actor. And so she said, let him do a screen test. So he did a screen test with about 4 other fake ass Ice Cubes. And he was the best one. So he got the job. So I was right.
Did it turn out like, were you pretty happy with how it all turned out?
Hell yeah. He did an amazing job. Not just him, but everybody. Everybody in the movie did an amazing job. And they definitely took on the aura of how we were when we was younger. Yeah, NWA.
Was there any like politics, or was it tough to like get everyone to kind of sign off to get that going? Like, what was that like?
Yeah, it was hard. We had to get Dre on board. He didn't want to make a movie about NWA. He thought we was gonna, most movies about groups or artists are bullshit.
Right.
It's only a few great ones, and thank God the last great one was Ray at the time. So I was like, man, we're gonna do something on the level of Ray. It's not gonna be, some bullshit.
Bro, real quick, Jamie Foxx does not get enough credit for his performance in Ray.
He killed it. Jamie Foxx, and I just want to say get well soon.
Yeah.
Is one of the most talented people out here. Like he's
for
one
sure.
of our most talented people.
Yeah.
You know, he can sing, he can act, he can do
Impersonate.
comedy. You know, he can pretty much do it all. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had him on here before, and he was just going crazy on the bat with all the impersonations, and
Yeah,
he's so funny.
Yeah, he's one of our most talented people.
How much did they come to you? So they come to you, Dre, Snoop, and while they're making the movie and getting your guys' opinions on things, or
What do you mean? I produced the movie.
no? I know, but like with Dre and Snoop as well.
Yeah, I mean Dre was right there.
But are there like disagreements on how things happened, or?
Yeah, we worked all that out in the beginning. You know, it was about talking about what happened, getting everybody's viewpoint of what happened, and figuring out how to make it, take 10 years and turn it into 2 hours. So it was, some things were summaries more than boom, boom, boom. And some things were actual events. So it was a mixture of, you still have to tell a story. You know what I mean? You can't just do a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How tense was like that time compared to like what's going on now? Would you say it's like more tense now or back then?
I don't know. It all feels the same sometimes. Like big crowds at hip hop events, they pretty much feel the same. So not more intense than when we was doing it with NWA, but not less either. There's always a threat. If you anywhere and somebody could have a gun on them, it's just more tense. Like we could be in here. If you knew somebody had a gun on them, you would be tense without even tensing up. So, it's the same thing.
Is there a point when you changed? Because obviously in the movie, and you come from South Central LA.
Yeah.
Do you still have that same mentality that you grew up with?
I think I do. I like how I grew up. I love how I grew up.
Once you get like money in Hollywood, does things change? Like, was it hard for you to do Are We There Yet? Because it was so like.
Nah, it's acting. It's an acting gig. It's a character. And I did it for a purpose. I knew that my audience had kids. And I want their kids to relate to me and not their parents to have to say, Ice Cube, man, he used to be you should have seen him when he was doing it. Like, I don't want them stories. I want the kids to run up and be like, yo, I want to see the new Ice Cube movie.
Yeah.
So that's what Are We There Yet, delivered. And so, that's why I did this Ninja Turtles movie, because that young audience, see, kids are always going to come. They're always going to have something parents are always going to have something for them to watch.
Yeah.
And if they get familiar with you as they become a kid, once they get of age and then start hearing the music, you're already cool. You know what I'm saying? So the music just take your career to another dimension. So now you have another fan that's grown up from this big to y'all big, and they keep coming because they keep watching Are We There Yet? Now they're gonna watch the Ninja Turtles. Another kid come, mom and daddy push Are We There Yet in front of them. So the movie don't go nowhere, but the kids keep coming, and they keep growing into, many little Ice Cube fans.
Would there ever be a Straight Outta Compton like 2 or like a kind of extension of the movie? what happens after?
Could be.
Because it ended
You know,
kind of like
It's
Cool.
it'll be very difficult to pull it together, but it's not impossible.
what would be the hardest part of it, like putting it together, just getting everyone on board and stuff again.
Yeah, getting the cast back together and everybody still was dedicated to, becoming those characters again. You know what I'm saying? So it's a physical dedication too.
I guess with a movie so legendary like that too, it's the stakes are high because you got to crush the second one too, right?
Yeah.
Did you feel that pressure when you were doing Friday with like next Friday, Friday after the next? Did you always want to make the sequel like, yo, this has to be better? Was there pressure? Because Friday was such a hit.
Nah. The key was not to even try to top the first one. The key was to make Next Friday stand on its own as a movie, whether you seen Friday 1 or not.
Yeah.
And then do the same thing with the third one to make it just a good movie, whether you seen the second one or the first one. So no matter which one you see, you're going to see a good movie that's not really leaning on the last movie.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've talked about this. I just don't know. I'm curious. But was Chris Tucker not talked about being in next Friday? Because I know it was Mike Epps, but
yeah, we wanted him. He turned it down.
Really?
Yeah, he turned it down. You'll hear 1,000 different stories, but yeah, we wanted to pay him $12 million to do that movie.
What?
And he turned it down. He said it was for religious reasons. He didn't want to cuss, and he didn't want to smoke weed on camera.
Bro. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to tell you, Mike Epps did a great job. Next Friday was hilarious, but it's just, he was so great in the first one. That's just wild.
Yeah. I mean, but I'm glad he didn't do it because we wouldn't have Mike.
Yeah.
Mike, to me is funnier, just as a pure comic.
Yeah. As a kind of switching up, but as an OG, what do you think about this new wave of rappers, how the industry's kind of going now? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it?
I mean, I like the beats. I mean, the artists are getting lost in auto tunes, and now that you have the AI computer, I think people don't want a computerized rapper no more. They want to hear your voice. Like, I don't know any rappers by their voice no more. I used to know all the rappers just hear their voice, know who that is. So I think they need to figure out how to put that auto tunes down, and we need to hear what people sound like, and if they're as good, because I think AI is demonic. I think AI is going to get a backlash from real people, real organic people. And so I think artists need to go back to using their real voice and making sure people know this is authentic and not made from a computer.
Mm-hmm.
What you're saying, artists are like using AI?
Well, I think auto-tunes sounds computer-like.
Right.
And I think it's all starting to sound artificial.
Is there any people that
because
can
of
use
AI? Huh?
Is there any people that use autotune? Like T-Pain's got to have a pass on autotune, right?
Well, T-Pain is an original.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't fault T-Pain.
Like T-Pain's fire, yeah.
He's an original.
So
just like Roger Troutman is an original. See, they can use it without any, that's their style.
Yeah.
But a lot of people took their style and ran with it, and now everybody uses it. And I think it's going to be a backlash because of AI. I think people are going to want things organic and not artificial. Yeah. And it sounds artificial.
I think AI is scaring a lot of artists too, right? because like the AI artists, I don't know if you're on TikTok or anything, but like they're everywhere on TikTok.
There's
like
been like
AI Drake's just
Yeah.
snapping on TikTok.
Yeah, I think that's terrible.
Yeah.
Have you
You
heard
know?
the AI Drake song?
Nope. I don't want to hear an AI Drake song.
Me neither, but
You
it's
know, it's
everywhere
like-
on the internet.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that bullshit.
There's an
You
AI.
should sue whoever made it.
There's an AI
Yeah.
Ice Cube coming for you, bro.
Yep, and I'm gonna sue the motherfucker who make it too, and the people and the platform that play it. You know, it's like somebody can't take you and it's like a sample.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody can't take your original voice and manipulate it without having to pay.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it could do that.
Yeah,
Because they just record like a reference track and then the computer just changes it to whoever's voice.
yeah. You know, to me, it's like
That's
sampling.
nuts.
And, you know, if I steal somebody's bass line or sample, I ain't gonna say steal. But if I don't pay for it, that is stealing. Steal somebody's bass line, they can come after me. No matter how much I manipulated in the computer and changed the notes and whatever, they recognize it and it's a sample, they can come after me. So that's what the artist should do.
Is there any artists like who's like your favorite kind of new artists? Is there any?
I don't know about like favorite. You
Anyone
know,
you're,
there's
like, fucking
nobody
with?
I'm not really like. It's nobody I'm just breaking my neck to get their record.
Yeah, because a lot of rap shit now, it's just like you listen to it for a sec and then it's just kind of like stale pretty quick, right?
Yeah, don't have a long shelf life.
Why? You think that's the passion or
Because
the
it-
art behind
I
it?
just
or
think it all
sloppy?
sounds the same.
It's all
now.
artificial. Like where people are getting tired of that artificial, computerized sound
Mhm.
because of AI.
What was the
you know.
last rap album you like actually bumped for a long time, Steiny?
Finally Rich, Chief Keef.
No. Well,
Oh, Get
more
Rich or Die
recent.
Trying. I still listen to all the time.
No, I'm saying more recent shit.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
You think
Mount Westmore is mine.
do you bang the oldies like that all the time? Your old
Yeah,
music?
sometimes I get into it. Yeah.
How often do you ever like go to the studio just to like try and see if you can put something together?
I'm making music right now. I got an album coming out called Man Down.
When's that
So-
coming out?
Hopefully a little later this year.
That's dope.
Obviously paying respects to the OGs, but do you think it's tough now to compete with the newer guys?
I'm not competing with nobody.
No?
Nope, I don't have no competition. I got clientele.
Hell yeah.
People that like Ice Cube shit, that's who I serve. Everybody else, get in where they fit in or get out.
Love that.
I was at your one of your shows with Snoop in Nashville.
Yeah,
What's your like relationship with Snoop now?
very cool. You know, we're in the same group together. You know what I mean? Mount Westmore. So, nothing but love, you know. It's always been like that.
What do you think about him buying Death Row Records?
I think it's dope. You know, he started off on Death Row. He got a lot of history, and you know, I think it should be in control of him over who had the shit, Milton Bradley or one of them toy companies or some shit had it. And so I think it should be in control of the people who made the music.
How
Right.
about Dr. Dre? Are you guys still cool or
Yeah,
what's
he
your relationship
just
like with him?
texted me this weekend. He had went down La Brea and saw a picture of NWA and took it and texted to me. And you know, so we hitting each other up all the time. He working on music right now, him and Snoop. So looking forward to hearing what that sound like.
That's dope.
Do you have any other passion projects like that you haven't gotten to do yet that you have to accomplish?
You know, at this point, it's really about, you know, making sure the big three is successful. And, you know, once I'm happy with that, as far as I'm happy with the progress and that the league can stand on its own 2 feet, then I'll look for other passion projects. But, you know, this is probably the biggest project I got going, and it's been a 7-year run. So, I expect it to at least be a 10-year run, and then we'll see what's next.
I mean, it seems like everything you've done that we've seen has been pretty fucking successful, right?
I hope so. And I mean, not everything. I think, it's really about quality. Entertainment is fickle. So you never know if your best work is even going to get accepted, or your worst work could be loved more than anything. So I don't think you can really worry about that. I think you just do your best and give people quality, and whoever come across it, run across it, hopefully they like it and it's not a waste of their time or money. And that's really all you could do.
What do you think is some of the best advice you've ever gotten just in the industry or from a mentor that you've had?
To be an original, be authentic, and let the chips fall where they may. Don't worry about pleasing people. Just be yourself and let the chips fall where they may.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more thing I wanted to ask about was like in the 2020 when you kind of supported Trump and stuff like that. What did you think about, like, because you're Hollywood, there's a lot of like propaganda and stuff like that. What was that like, getting flack for that?
I mean, I never supported Trump or Biden. I never asked to speak to the Republicans or the Democrats. I created a document called The Contract with Black America that spelled out a lot of different issues that we believe were the reason why it was so much unrest after George Floyd was killed. And I released the document, and everybody wanted to talk to me. The Republicans asked to talk to me, and the Democrats. I went to talk to both of them about the contract. The Republicans asked, could they implement some things from the contract into their proposal? And I said the document was open for anybody to use in any way they desired. So if they just want to use it as educational purposes, they could. They wanted to add more, paragraphs or more ideas to it, they could. They wanted to use it to get a law changed, they could. So I didn't mind them using it. I met with the Democrats. The Democrats said, we like 90% of what's in there, and we'll talk to you after the election about it. And I said, okay. And I felt like after that, everybody started to pile on and say that I was for Trump and I was for this and I was for that. It's not true.
Yeah, I didn't see the issue with it because it's like, I mean, it's just cool that you're trying to make a difference, right? Like,
Yep.
you gotta like start somewhere,
You've
right?
been an advocate for social justice forever.
Yeah, I mean, whoever's in power, you have to talk to the people in power. You can't, even enemies talk. Like, Russia is fighting Ukraine. These people get on the phone and talk to each other. So just because you might not agree, or you could be, so-called hate or mad or whatever, but you have to dialogue. If not, what's the next step? It's fighting if you don't talk.
You think there's like a stigma amongst like the African American community to like Republicans and stuff like that?
I don't know what's going on in the African American community when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Like, Black people have supported Democrats, overwhelmingly for 50, 60 years. And and nothing has changed. So something's got to change.
Yeah, as an outsider, like it seems like you can only like think one way, and you kind of get like, I see like people getting criticized for like having their own opinions and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much how things have kind of fell out. You know, it's like you got one or two ways to do things, or you know, if you're not in lockstep with everybody else, then they think you're against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do anything in 2024?
Anything like what?
Just like be involved in any way, or?
I doubt it. You know, my thing I did what I set out to do is put out the contract of Black America. And it's still a document that anybody can use at any time.
Where did all that passion just for like activism and stuff, was there a certain moment in your life where you knew you had to be this guy?
Yeah, when you got the mic, you got to use it. That's all I know. When you got the mic, you got to use it.
But growing up and stuff, you just became very passionate about it because it's also big in the movie.
Yeah, when
right?
you grow up, you grow up Black in America. I don't see how you can grow up without being passionate about, rights and getting your rights and getting things done the way they should be done.
Cool.
All right, well, dude,
I think this was awesome, bro. We don't want to hold you too long.
Wait,
you're the man.
man.
Big
Appreciate
3, June 26th.
25th.
25th.
Yep, Chicago.
And when does it air on like TV?
Same day, June 25th. We're on CBS.
Is it every certain day of the week?
Every Saturday or Sunday.
Every Saturday, Sunday. What time?
The times vary. Sometimes it's 1:00 Eastern. Sometimes it's 3 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Well, we'll be
Yeah.
tuning into that. June
Yeah.
25th.
Dylan Brooks, John Morant, we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on with it. All right, guys.
We
Take it
appreciate
easy.
you, bro. Thank
Later.
you.
Sweet. My God, thank you so
I'll
much,
holla.
bro. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, bro.
Thanks for the wisdom.
Man. For sure.